Hello and welcome to Hitch Up and Tow. As you can see, I'm on my own today. I'm in the car, so I thought I'd give a little bit of a waffle and answer a few questions which have been asked to me about the MG. So this is going to be like a 10-month review on what it's like, and also to talk about some holidays we've cancelled. Okay, so the MG, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Firstly, I want to say is we've cancelled our next holiday, which is a bit of a shame. One I was looking forward to. It's in Anglesey, in Wales. It was a coastal site. It looked like you could actually see the sea from the pitch. I don't know. It was a CL, adult only, but we had to cancel it. The reason being, if you follow us on Facebook, you probably already know that Coral's had some problems with her arm and her wrist, and it is now in a plaster cast. And I think it just would be a little bit too difficult in the caravan. I can't help her because you haven't got the space and that sort of thing. So we've had to cancel this holiday. Hopefully we will be rebooking it later on in the year, or maybe in the new year, so we'll bring it to you then. So the only holiday we got booked now is for the new year, but Coral goes back in 5 weeks time to have the blaster taken off, hopefully, and make sure everything's okay. If it is, maybe we can book something in after then. We'll see how that goes. But let's go and talk about the MG. Now, as people know, I got this at the beginning of this year. It's the MG HS Excite, which I don't think they actually do now. I think they've actually stopped doing this model and they've started on the new model. Oh, itchy nose, sorry. And the new models, apparently, what I've been reading, have only got a towing limit of 1,500 kilo, where this model has got a towing limit of 1,750. Yeah, right, no way. I wouldn't want to tow something weighing 1750 on the back of this. We have a Pegasus, Bailey Pegasus Verona GT65, which has an MTPLM of 1448. And this car will tow it, but it does struggle. Some of the hills, you have to drop a couple of gears to get up. We went all the way to Cornwall a couple of weeks ago, down to Tregarden, one of our favourite sites. It's 350 miles from where we are, and most of it is motorway, so it wasn't too bad. Once we got into Cornwall, you start hitting, I think it's the A30. There are some steep hills on the A30, and the car did struggle on that, but it made it. Considering there was me, Coral, my daughter in the car, the dog, everything we take on holiday, awning, the works. The car made it. It's, like I say, did struggle a little bit on the hills. You had to drop down a few gears, but all in all, it went okay. But the big question most people have asked us was about fuel consumption. Now, I've made a few notes here. This car, full tank, should give you 458 miles approximately, and the fuel tank is 55 litres, which is roughly about 12 gallons. Well, we filled up in Southport, picked the caravan up, and then went down to Cornwall. We managed to get around 210 miles before it was saying you only got 50 miles left. Sort of the warning lights come on. So we got around 260 miles to a tank full. So that's basically shy, the 200 miles shy of a tank without towing. Like I said, it was 458 miles range on a full tank. We got 260 miles towing, which worked out roughly 21 to 22 miles to the gallon, which I don't think is that good, but I've always towed with a diesel before. Now this is a petrol. I don't know if other people out there tow with petrols. I'd like to know what your fuel consumption is, but I think that's a little bit high. But like I say, it's only a small engine in here. We've got a 1500 turbocharged engine, straight four, and it only produces 184 foot-pounds of torque, and I think brake horsepower 160 according to some specs, or 174 according to others, so I'm not quite sure about that. So it hasn't got a great deal of torque, but it did the job. It took our van with everything we wanted all the way from the northwest right down to Cornwall, and we didn't have a problem with the car. Is it a perfect tow car? Probably not. Is it a little bit high on fuel consumption? Probably. Did it do the job? Yes, definitely done the job. The one thing I will say, you know you're towing. It's not like some tow cars, you put a caravan on the back and you go down the road and you can almost forget you've got a caravan on the back. You won't forget you're towing with this car, which in some respects I think is quite good. You drive to your limits, I suppose. You know that you've got a caravan on the, car, on the back. You're not going to forget about it, and you're less likely to sort of like go too fast or whatever. I don't know. That's my theory on it anyway. I think if you've got a car where you can put a caravan on the back and you forget the caravan's on the back there, you can sometimes forget that you're not supposed to be doing that speed or whatever. So yeah, it does the job. It's not perfect. Would I get another one? I don't think so. Unless maybe if they made them a bit heavier and a slightly bigger engine maybe, but I don't know. It's what they call a budget SUV. Come off it, you know, it's not, it's one of the cheaper SUVs on the market, but what you get for your money, or you know, you get a lot of bang for your bucks in one of these. You got, you know, lane assist, you've got automatic sensors everywhere, you've got reversing camera. This is the first car I've had with a reversing camera. And as you know that Coral is in a wheelchair most of the time, she can't stand at the back of the car when I'm reversing up trying to hitch up. And it's always been a little bit awkward. You have to judge it, get out, yeah, move back another inch and that sort of thing. With the reversing camera, it makes the job hitching up so much easier. Really love a reversing camera. Don't know how I managed without one for so many years. I think if I got another car now and it didn't have a reversing camera on it, I think I'd have to fit an aftermarket one on. Whoops, what happened there? I'd have to fit an aftermarket camera on just to make that hitch up so easy. But there you go. It's an MG HS. You get what you pay for. It does the job. But in my opinion, there's a lot better tow cars out than the MG. Okay, we are towing a mid-range caravan. If you're towing something a lot smaller, maybe a baby Ford DS or whatever they're called, the really small, this thing would be perfect. Or, you know, one of the smaller caravans, not a problem. But for a mid-range van, it will do it, but don't expect too much from it. And I think that's about it for this one. So thanks for watching. If there's any other questions you want to know about this MG and how we've found it towing and not towing, put a comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. Well, I will get back to you. And until the next one, stay safe and see you then. Bye.